helping our next panel. And to take us there and to give us some real business insights, please welcome up onto stage the founder of Exhale, Nawal Masri, the Group CEO of the Baraka Retail Group, Ahmad Ragab, the MD and the CEO of Infotech Software and Systems, Ashim A. Patil, and the Director of Danube Home, Syed Habib. Those are your panelists. Guiding our panelists, our all-star panel today. Please welcome Consumer Business Strategy Lead for Deloitte, and the moderator for this session is Georges Meiser.
So hello everyone, and good afternoon to the audience. We are a bit later in the day now, and so I think it's time to talk about something new or relatively new. We touched about brick and mortar, about omnichannel, about e-commerce, and there's also something called social shopping and social commerce. So it's not new, but it's a relatively new channel. And for the definition, what is actually social commerce? It's a new branch of the e-commerce, leveraging digital networks and digital media to interact between businesses and customers. So basically, when you scroll in the evening on Instagram, on all these platforms, and you find something nice and you buy it, or you hear that someone else in your family is buying it, what always happens to me, that's social shopping. So, and I'm really excited to have a really good mix here today of brands, of e-commerce, of coming from physical retail, and also of a vendor, I would say, of a provider who makes all this happen. And yeah, as a first point, I would be really, really interested, or first thinking a bit about the trends, then looking into what is about the role of technology and data. And then also we have something very special as UGC, like user-generated content. So maybe first question, Nawal. You have a brand, social commerce, social shopping. What does it mean for you, and how do you apply it?
Hi, everybody. Thanks for staying in this late. So at Exhale, we believe in social commerce more than e-commerce itself, because having user-generated content is way more authentic than any branded content that you can plan or strategize on. Ever since we've started Exhale, we've had user-generated content, and it's because the brand is relatable to others, and when they're buying the product or resonating with the product, they would want to generate their own content. And building such brand activations where you build a community around your brand, it builds user-generated content authentically without you having to really push for it or make it part of your marketing initiative. So, yeah. Okay,
so you do a lot of user-generated content. So basically using individual, or you focus on individuals, or do you also leverage the social networks like Instagram, Facebook, and co?
Definitely we collaborate with micro-influencers, we collaborate with content creators, with artists from around the world that resonate with our brand, and having strategically picked these people resonate with you, they generate this kind of authentic kind of content for you, and which cuts really a lot of cost on your brand.
And it's a lot about storytelling, what is anyway in your DNA of your brand.
100%. They end up telling your story more than the brand is telling its own story, and that's the kind of authentic content you'd want your brand to have, right? You want your community to tell your story. You don't want to be the one feeding your community your story, because that's the most raw way of delivering your message and ensuring purpose and rawness, and you're doing it out of your heart rather than just brand building and marketing and strategizing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Syed, you are from Danube Furniture, which is everyone has furniture. Someone love it more, someone less. I want to feel it. Maybe I buy e-commerce. So how do you leverage social commerce, social shopping?
First of all, thank you very much for having me. Hi, everyone. As I said, my name is Syed Habib. I'm part of Danube Home. So Danube Home is an organization like, we are more than a furniture. We are a home improvement store where we sell anything and everything which is connected with the home. And today, if you will see we are living in a very interesting time zone where internet or the commerce is something which is available in the palm, and we spend a lot of time in our handset, in our mobile. And everyone in general spend more than 2 to 2.5 hours average on the social media platform. And so far as the home is concerned, it is one of the core for everyone, because that is something where you go, you live in, and you want to create your home is one of the biggest story. And today you see in Dubai, the way real estate is booming up. There was a time 10 years before, 15 years before, people used to come to Dubai or come to the Middle East, stay here and go back. But now everyone try to make Dubai as your second home, rather Dubai as your prime home. So when you create your home, you go through a multiple research. You want to create your home, you go to the Pinterest, you require that your daughter wants something, you want for party a good backyard, or you want a different kind of living room, or you need some God room, prayer room, or something like that. So you do the multiple research, then you come. So Danube Home is a company with a purpose where we try to help a consumer or help a customer to create their home, and based on their need, based on their purpose. So when they create that home, we encourage a customer a lot to make that story and make that story commuting or communicated to the whole world. So where we help them to decorate their house, and we understand, and today you go to either Facebook or you go to Instagram, you will find hundreds of the community pages which explain that how I can use my space as a better storage area, or how I can use my balcony as a more usable area. So there the customer also feel happy that how I can create that better. So now coming back to your question, so we have a full-fledged team where we work along with the consumers to fulfill their need and communicate that story to the rest of the world. And connecting with you, what you said, that today, whether you tie up with a micro-influencer or macro-influencer, majority of the people, they know that influencers are being paid or they're trying to do all that. But when you do a user-generated content, it becomes much more authentic, it becomes a social proof, and the customers start authenticating that, and that helps them the people to the buy. So UGC is one of the most important tool. We take it very, very strongly, and we help the consumer to work out, and we take it to the next level. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And I also hear storytelling is very important, and maybe that's already differentiated to e-commerce. E-commerce is more the mass and less customized, while in social commerce, social shopping, you can customize it more, you can tell better story. Now, looking at you, I love your glasses, by the way, and it shows where you come from, Ahmed. You come from a strong, let's say, brick and mortar background, but also have now e-commerce, or you're very strong in e-commerce. So how do you integrate it in the strategy of Barakat Retail, the social commerce in UGC?
Okay, first, thank you for having me. It's very interesting to discuss this topic. In my point of view, I believe it is not either or. It is one cycle. It's not either e-commerce or brick and mortar. The dilemma in this, that, as my colleague was saying now, that we spend most of our times on the social media and connecting on our devices. So I believe it became part of our DNA. It's not something that we disconnect to do. We're always connected. So if we deal with the social shopping and the brick and mortar, the way as we deal with the e-commerce, we're selling stories. We're selling experiences. At the end of the day, if we're selling a product, it's only a matter of price and availability. But the idea of the brick and mortar and the idea of the social shopping and social experience is that you engage whatever you're selling to a story that you'll give to the customer, who will be able to hold the story and tell it to other customers, building a strong database. So I believe the key for this is treating your brick and mortar and your e-commerce as one platform with one strategy, where the main KPI is selling stories, creating more profits, more money, more customers, and more stories.
Okay. And now, Ashim, looking at you, now we have a bit the brands, e-commerce, brick and mortar. So are you the glue holding it together? You're specialized in RFID. What role are you playing in the social commerce, or can you also play more in the future?
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon, everybody. Whatever we are doing today, technology is a key enabler in all the aspects of whether it's retail, whether it's a customer journey, whether it is if you want to enrich your customer's experience. So when we are ordering on the social platforms as well, it's not similar to omni-channel. There's a lot of storytelling included. But at the end of the day, you have to fulfill the order by delivering the product on time. Now, people are not only moving from predictive analytics on the delivery, but people want to prescribe the delivery, wherein they will say, okay, on a Sunday between 9 to 12, I want this to be delivered. So a prescriptive delivery. And without technology, it's not possible. And RFID plays a very important role in all these fulfillments, because what we are doing is for every item we are having a machine readable electronic ID, which is passive, which does not infringe into the privacy of the individual before or after or when he is using the particular product, and which helps in inventory management and to give an analogy, what blockchain is for the digital space, we are for the physical world. So in our track and trace solution, if you are ordering something online through any mode, at the end of the day, you have, in the fulfillment, we tell you the nearest location where this product is lying. And because of our physical inventory solutions, we can, the inventory stock count, which was done maybe once in a quarter or once in a 6 months, many of our customers are doing twice in a day or 3 times in a day. And that's why the last mile connectivity from the nearest zip code is what we are able to assure. And the retrieval time for a particular product, we have RFID can do a Geiger search where, like an Apple AirTag, suppose I want a white shirt, large size in a particular store, and if it is lying in some carton or in a back of store or something, you just key in the SKU ID and the handheld device will actually take you to the product. So wrong shipments, because generally if you are doing a quick fulfillment, there is a vulnerability in the system where a wrong shipment might go and more returns and everything. So retrieval time and the traceability is what we do in RFID, and we will enable
so you enable the operations behind and give transparency. I assume also you collect a lot of data, which we can then again use in the sales side and experience side. And maybe again back to you, Sayeb, talking about technology. Furniture, it's difficult to imagine how it looks in my room, especially when I buy social. What technology are you using, like VR, AR? There's a lot, but what are you using as the newbie to enable this social commerce?
There are, like in my business model, there are 2 kind of product line. So I strongly feel the day will never come that you can remove the physical retail. So for a consumer now, we divide into the 2 part. One part is someone who want to buy a quick one, you want to buy for 500 dirham sofa bed or 1,000 dirham one recliner, single chair you want to buy, or you want to buy some shower mixer, shower panel. So there your decision is quick. You want to go to the website, you see the product, you work out. Trust me, we use a lot of AR, VR within the website. It sounds very fancy, but in the reality, when you want to buy a product, which you want to use it for 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, you want to touch, you want to feel, you want to see the product, then only we want to buy. So what happens today is that 90% of the consumer, when they want to buy something, your research start from the online, where you do the research, you go to the 10 websites, you go to the Pinterest, you go to the Google, you figure it out whether I want a leather sofa or I want a fabric sofa, I need a 2 meter weight, you try to figure it out and you try to filter all your requirements. Then you choose 3 to 4 product lines. Then after that, when you go to the store, earlier you used to go to the store for 2 hours or 3 hours to shop around. But now you minimize that. You are already having in my mind, I go to Danube, I want to buy a 3-seater recliner or a blue color or a beige color or a pink color, and you go and you try to see the product in those lines. So we as a company, what we do is we're trying to minimize the hassle for the customer, make that much more seamless, where we connect the search to the store much more easier. We are coming out with the personal shopping where customer can inform to the store in advance that I am coming for XYZ product, so that we make the roadmap for the customer easy and we try to help them on that. But on top of it, of course, we do have a AR as well as VR. You create the much more bigger and better the images or the collateral for the customer when he sees or when he try to browse through the product online, so he can see the texture of the fabric, he can see that what it is made of, so that you 60 to 70% of his criteria is being fulfilled, that what he need, and he go to store to authenticate that. So we try to understand all the touch point and what are the pinpoints area, and try to give the consumer a complete journey whether he can achieve his objective without any much more hassle.
Okay, so it's applications supporting the shopping experience and a lot of data. I assume when I'm looking around, we all use it a lot, and probably we are not that data privacy it's important, but probably we are a bit more open later since COVID, I assume. So, and that gives new opportunities. Maybe talking about opportunities, Ahmed, when you're growing the e-commerce business or the brick and mortar business into new markets, also in the region very strongly. When you look at social commerce, is there anything you learned, you think are lessons learned from other markets, and other markets are doing really good, looking into China, for example, how they are doing social shopping?
No, I believe when it comes to social shopping, every market has its own unique selling proposition and its uniqueness. So when you say the expression social is linked to a culture, and the culture cannot be copied and cannot be replicated from one market to another. So if you decide to go to social shopping and connecting your experiences together, it's not a matter of copying other market. You must create and develop your own story. Again, I insist on using the word story and experience. So it is something that's very unique to be developed, not to be copied at all.
Makes sense. So every market is different. I think that's very important.
Yes.
And also in the region, I think it's a bit, we heard about Saudi Arabia is really a growing market. UAE is doing really, really good, also growing, but the markets are different. So that we need to consider.
Yeah, but still the best retailers or operators will be the local ones who are very used and familiar to this story. Maybe they can get further development, further ideas, further exposure from other markets, other brands. Yet the local experience is key in the progress of any market.
Okay. Understood. Before I ask my next question, one question to the audience. Who of you gives ratings somewhere or says something is good or not online? When you were in a restaurant and you're happy, do you give a rating? When you were angry, do you give a rating? Hand up, who gives ratings? So that's an important one. That's my question now to you. Back a bit to the Naval, sorry, because Ahmed, you were staring at me. No, sorry. Again, to the user-generated content. Let's say not leveraging just online channels, but really individuals. I think especially when you storytelling and individuals, you not actually have control about what they are doing. Like you buy something, you are happy, and you talk about it, or you tell it to a friend, and then suddenly you shop as a group. So this specific UGC, user-generated content, how do you see this developing, and what do you see the opportunities and challenges in that? Because it can be dangerous.
As I mentioned earlier, the opportunities in it is it's better than your own branded content, right? It brings authenticity. But the challenge is when you have to control it and control what people are saying about you. And when I believe that when you are authentic and when you are actually engaging yourself with your community, these people who are posting about you, then I don't think you will be anticipating any backlash or negative comments when you are listening to your users and actually implementing their concerns, be it privacy, be it tech, be it community building, be it extra workshops that they're looking for, be it a product that they think is inspirational. Actually implementing their ideas and listening to them is authenticity, right? And you will not end up with bad backlash when you're listening to someone. If me and you are conversing right now and I'm listening to you and you're listening to me, then we're having a flow of a conversation, right? But when I'm here on the defense and you're here not listening, we're about to have a problem here, right?
That is true.
So I think it's the same with your consumer.
So I hope I listened well.
And I hope I did too.
Maybe as a last question for everyone, and starting with you going through the round. Brick and mortar, e-commerce, omni-channel, social commerce, UGC. There will be more. Where does the journey go, and what role will you play in?
Yeah, just to build on what my fellow panelists just said, where the future is. The sharing the experiences and rating is going to increase. Now even I have started rating now, which I never did. And I agree that you have to listen. And the brand is represented by the store associate who is there inside the store in a brick and mortar format. Especially I'm talking of brick and mortar here. So what we are doing with technology is we are adding value to the time spent by the store associate in not doing the mundane tasks like opening the boxes, replenishing the stuff, doing the inventory, So what the customers are doing are they're sharing their experiences. And with the help of technology, we need to enrich that experience. And the way we can enrich, suppose in a typical fashion lifestyle, you want a pair of jeans, 34 size, it is seen in your system, but you are not able to physically search for it when a customer is asking for it. And that is what brings your stars from 5 to 3. Even if you make the customer wait for 15 minutes, or 5 minutes, your rating, he buys the product, he likes the product, but he is going to say that, okay, you will get 1 star less because I was asked to wait. And that is where to enrich this experience, you have to listen, you have to give time, and the store associates have to be available. And that is where all our RFID solutions, whether it is fitting room analytics, whether it is the smart mirrors, whether it is the self-checkout systems or assisted checkout systems, or whether it is the movements of inbound, outbound movement solutions which we are giving. So I think this is the future, automating it, but still having the personal touch, especially in the brick and mortar stores.
So wherever the journey goes, tech is the enabler.
Tech is
Absolutely.
the enabler, and the personal touch is very important.
Thank you. Now, we started with you, ladies first, not almost ladies last. Where does the journey go?
I will make it quick since our time is up.
Yeah, yes.
So, future of social commerce is not just transactional. It is building beyond that and building a purposeful community that will support you. Social commerce is the way forward because it is personalized and it allows your community to connect with your vision and ethos and core message.
Thank you.
For me, that's where it is.
Ahmed, let's leave that digital blinking watch there. And anyway, where does the journey go in your perspective?
Very simple and very clear. Wherever I can find, or we can find more customers, or more products, or more profits.
Awesome.
Or a mix of the 3 would be perfect.
I love it.
So this is wherever we're going, all the time.
And last but not least?
Yeah, so for me, like you can't look into any part of it as in a silo. It all comes as a together. Social commerce is going to be the future, and it has to be there for the longer period of time, because that doesn't become just a mean. A lot of people, they do, or company, you can't think that as rightly Nawal said, it is not a transactional, rather it is be looking as the overall part of your business. Don't do it for the sake of doing it, rather you understand, build the community, be part of it, and be relevant to that. So when a consumer understand and you believe on the authenticity, in the long term you'll win the game and you'll be the part of it. So it has to be there, we're looking as a holistic perspective, not in a silo and with a genuine intent.
Thank you so much. And with this summary, authenticity and storytelling, thank you very much, everyone. And I think this evening we will have physical social shopping, interacting and socializing. Thank you, everyone.